I'm not gonna say you saw a jump with the N64 because they still using cartridge, but you saw the jump. Well, I mean, you saw the jump from
From the main flagship Mario
yeah,
game, you could tell.
yeah. Then you went to the PS1 to the PS2 original Xbox. You saw the jump, and y'all know about the original Xbox to the 360. You saw the jump, even from the 360 to the Xbox One. You saw the jump. Did we really see the jump with the Xbox One to the Xbox Series? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, there are some games like Hellblade 2. You know, like you said, Sean, Death Stranding 2, beautiful games. I'm not saying the games don't look good. I'm definitely not saying that. I'm saying, do we really need new consoles within the next few years?
I would say this. I
Peanut
will
gonna
always
say
love.
hell yeah, but you know, like Peanut don't even play games like that. Peanut just love to have Peanut love to have the technology in his house. It's not my TV, bro. Stop it.
Is your TV 1080?
It's not my 1080
TV. that's holding you back, bro. No, the TV makes a difference as well. But
I can get a new
I
TV
would
when I
say
don't.
this. First of all, when I talk about the leaps, we got to see leaps. Go on, sorry, there. Go on.
Let me say it real quick. Aaron is 100% right. When we see games look like that Matrix demo, then you'll see a jump. Remember that Matrix demo from what, 2021, 2020?
Yeah, shit was fire.
That looked incredible. Now, we haven't seen Hellblade 2 is the only game that has looked comparable to that Matrix demo, bro. Maybe Gears 6 will do that. Maybe Gears E-Day will do that. But my point is we are 5 years into the generation, bro. COVID slowed a lot of shit down. Even if the consoles don't come out for another couple of years, we're talking about them right now, bro. We're talking about the PS6. We're talking about the next Xbox. Just the conversation about I want to talk more about the games that's coming, and we still do that. But we're talking about these next consoles, like, bro. Fuck. I mean, don't get me wrong. When they come out, when the Xbox come out, I'm gonna get it.
You get it,
yeah. But this is just my opinion.
I would say this when it comes to the console stuff. We talk about generations after generation. We are very fortunate to see the leaps and jump growing up as that. You were gaming in the 80s, I was gaming in like 92 or something. So we got to see that stuff, when it comes to the leaps and just like 3D and the graphics and the jumps and getting out of the car, going into buildings and all that gun mechanics. We got to see all of that shit. Hell, for me, when I got to see, when it came to the Xbox 360, when I got to see Fight Night and they were talking about the sweat, the punch, I'm like, what the hell? And for you was the NBA, the sweat and all that stuff. Like
Fight Night too, though. That Fight Night for the 360, that shit blew my mind.
That shit was incredible. Yeah. And Gears and all that stuff as well. But Fight Night, when I see the boxes, I'm like, yo, this is some next level shit. What we gonna see? We're gonna see Hellblade 2 or Death Stranding, these type of games. That's where we are. Like, we're just gonna see him look like really sharp, incredible, and just run better. I don't know if you're gonna see that leap again. That type in graphics and performance, we'll get to see that.
Right.
But I feel like the next evolution of the jump, I'm not sure how we're gonna get that, bro.
Yeah, it's just everything is so crazy because you think about not like with the 360, it just wasn't the graphics, right? It was the thing that console could do, bro. And to be honest, the Xbox One was very impressive with the things it could do. And I hate that console got hated on so much, bro, because that was a fire ass console, man. That was a fire. The things that console can do was so impressive. But like I said, this is just my opinion. I see some things that people saying in the chat that I totally agree with. Like A. Rodman said, games don't need to look better. They have better NPC intelligence and gaming mechanics. I agree with that, bro, because games look pretty good right now. They look really good. Yeah. I'm not hating on how the games look now. Not at all. But it's just that us talking about these consoles is like, damn, man. The price of the consoles then went up this past year, both of them.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about the new versions of them. I don't know. Blank 964.
No, can I add something? I know it's like Genesis Gaming because the jump is there. The problem you play on console. No, I'm not talking about the graphics, all of that stuff. I'm talking about the leaps we were getting each gen, and that's not happening. I don't feel like the leaps in like terms of the jump is not happening like that. I always said today, I go the graphic like Hellblade 2. Imagine the open world in that level, on that scale. It look incredible. It
But
looked fantastic. I'm just talking about the
who
leap
said
like
that?
when we Gen X gamer.
But we're talking
I'm
about
just
consoles, bro. We're not talking about
Yeah,
PCs. We're
the
talking
piece is
about
a different
consoles.
space. But when we talk about console space, like each time we got that jump, we were seeing that stuff. I told it so many times when I had this, when I got passed on this, we bought it, but we got passed on the Sega Master System, the Sega Mega Drive or Sega Genesis. You guys called over there. When I went to my cousin's house, my cousin's sister's house, when they were playing Aladdin, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Bro,
That was some next. I'm saying I was still on the Sega Master System because that got passed
so
to
you
me,
saw Aladdin, you couldn't believe that. But you know how that
and I'm
shit
like,
still look
yo,
good, bro? I got it on end stream. You know that shit still look great? Aladdin
yeah.
on Sega Genesis? Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm
It
saying
still
the
look
jump
great.
slide. We were seeing the jump slide out like, yo, you can see the difference. And when you play, if you got the Xbox One X, for example, some of the games like Red Dead Redemption 2,
Look
bro,
incredible.
it looks incredible.
So I'm gonna tell
You
you
know,
another game that completely blew me away as a teenager. Donkey Kong Country.
do you remember 64? Did you ever play 64? Donkey Kong Country was fire. You talking about the Super Nintendo?
I'm talking about the Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo, yeah, that shit was fire. That shit was
I,
fire.
I when I saw that game, I could not believe the graphics, bro. I said, "Oh my god!" Like I said, besides Hellblade 2, there hasn't been a game that really made me drop my jaw. Like, there's been any game. Like I'm just being real. Like even third-party games last generation had me in awe. Like NBA 2K14, I was like, "Oh my god!" You know, some of the other games but now it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, it
Let me
looks
ask you
good.
something before you get this chat. Let's keep it on sports for a second because that seems to be the easiest one. Like can blow you away. You know when was the last time do you feel like it's like it looks similar? When did that stop for you for the NBA games? I'm saying. When
That it
do you
looks
feel like it
similar.
starts slow?
I
Yeah, when it
felt
start
the
looking
I
similar.
felt the jump from Xbox One and PS4 to Xbox Series and PS5 wasn't that great. It looked better, of course,
Yeah.
but the jump wasn't like insane. It didn't look that much better than last generation. That's when I knew that the jumps were going to be minimum moving forward. Madden looks great, but it doesn't look that much better than last generation. That's my opinion. You know, the WWE games, it took a leap last generation with 2K15. It took a leap. Then it's kind of like, yeah, it looks great. It looks great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the games don't look great. I'm just saying I don't see the games looking much better than they do now. Now, would the frame rates get better? Yeah, of course. Especially if we are talking about PC, but we're talking about console. So don't bring PC into a console conversation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like WWE,
2K25 does look good. I'll be honest with
it
you,
looks
but
incredible. It looks incredible.
but it looks fire. But I'm saying when we got the transition
Alan
from
Wake 2.
29, like prime example, I remember my mate Damas. I need to pull this clip up. He had a PlayStation 2 and I moved to the Xbox 360. Now remind me guys, was there a Fight Night round 3 or something Fight Night on PS2? Was both of them No, I remember, but was it Fight Night round 3 on PS2 as well?
I think so.
Yeah.
It was
I
just
remember this.
There's the 360 and the PS3 version was the next gen version.
Now I remember this. My mate goes, "Oh, it looks the same. It looked the same." I had the Xbox 360 and we had the components. Remember, the one was a bit higher res than the normal AVs. You had the 5 leads. You put 5 leads into it.
The
first
cable.
edition. The
the
component came. My TV was compatible with that as well at the time.
Before HDMI, that was the component cables. Was the
component was the higher res of the whatever the hell you want to call it. I remember my mate goes, "Hey, it looks the same as mine. It looks the same as when he came to my house." I went to his house. I looked at him, what the fuck is this shit? This shit looks like fucking 2D. Do you know what I mean?
He was lying his ass off, bro.
He genuinely believed it looked the same. But
did he see the 360 version?
That's when my mate, who trolls in the chat sometimes. He came, he played it, and he goes, "I can't tell you, it looks similar to mine." Then we went back to his house, and he goes, "Do you know what? Yeah, I can tell." I can see, like, you know, but in his mind, he didn't know